Hi guys, it's your resident numerologist again, Michelle Arbeau, for this week's predictions column, or whatever you like to call it. I kind of word it differently every week because I think how you look at it as well, how you're looking at it, is it a predictions column, is it a horoscope column? They kind of have a little bit of a different meaning, and depending on what word you use, so you can call it whatever you want. I mean, definitely whatever resonates with you, because I feel that strongly because I'm the author of The Energy of Words, so I definitely feel like, the verbiage should match you and feel good for you. So I think they have some mercy to hand out this week, because last week was quite a high impact, go, 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 and just throwing you into the den with the lions and see how you make out. So it was really, kind of a shock to the system, because we had so many low kind of ups and downs and valleys and peaks. And then that one was just a shot right through. So this week we're going to start off, and I mean, it must have been, I don't know if you guys want to share any stories, but it must have been something pretty sweet, because we start off the week with a pure 2, which is like dead in the water. You're just going to be, you might as well just do the yoga position, because that's really what you're going to be doing. And a lot of self-reflecting, just kind of mulling around, chewing on what you've experienced the previous week. Then the week starts with a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So it does follow course. Not every week does, because if we're into another month, for example, or if the date changes in some way, it can add to a different sequence of numbers. So it's not always going to go sequential like that. But for this week it is. So it's about the 3, again, ideas, but it's more about intuitively linked ideas, because it's the 21, the 2 leads, and the 1 is in the inner position. So that means the 2 leading, the intuition part is leading those 3 idea generation type energies and imagination with the heart energy, which is perfect, because the heart is supposed to be the driver, so to speak, and then the 3 is behind that. So that means it's being led by that heart energy. So it's perfect, because the mind is a tool for the soul. So then we move on to the fourth day. Well, it's not the 4th day, but it's number 4. It's the 3rd day, and it's number 4. And it's the master builder again. So we could have just a 4, but we're getting these master builders over and over again. It's so great. It's just like, let's get it done, people. We're talking about not pulling out the shovels. We're talking about foundation building in terms of like construction site. So it's big. And then we've got the 5 and the 6, but they're very subdued energies. So it's a 23-5, which is more about the natural counselor. It's more even-keeled 5. It's not that erratic, free-flowing, all over the place 5 that's like, you can't pin it down. This is more of a flat line, in the sense that you can rely on it, that you can somewhat predict in a way what's to happen. So what that tells me is, if it's a 5 like that, it's not career. It's more based on that next day of relationships. So I think it's about really getting your heart in the right place for the next day, which is going through relationship issues or challenges or situations, or just looking at the inventory, so to speak, of who's in your life and why and how you connect. But the 6 is led by the 2 as well. So it's very soulfully led. So it's going to really point you in just like a pinpoint direction. It's really going to fine-tune things. And then we have the 7 again, but it's the 25 sparkly 7 that I mentioned last week. And then, so it's more contemplative. It's more dreaming, philosophy, and thinking about the deeper things, and all that stuff. So it's not just your action Jackson 7 that wants to like leap before thinking. So it's going to be a little bit more contemplative, but there will be a little action, because it's going to be the next day. You're going to feel that 7 with the 8, because we have a 26-8 to end the week, and it's also led with a 2. So you're going to see that 8 be not so much of an arrogant, independent, assertive, bold, blah, blah, blah kind of 8. It's going to be more of a wise, solid, stable, like a tree. It's like wise and old and feels grounded and all that stuff. So it's led by the 2. So it's really going to be a beautiful week. I mean, it's really like pay attention to the signs is what it's all about. Because when you're that in tune, especially with this whole shift happening, you're really going to be heightened in your intuition. So just pay attention. That's all I have to say, guys. We're conscious creators. Pay attention. And not just with the head, but with the heart. We have senses all over. So that's what I want to tell you. That's kind of my takeaway. So if you have any questions or comments and about your actual lucky numbers or your sign, you can send them to Michelle at lotteryusa.com, and we will answer them on the weekly videos near the end. So that's it, guys. And please tune in again next week because we're going to have lots more May fun here on lotteryusa.com.